I want to talk about one of the most overrated quarterbacks in football history, Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I have sat back and watched people praise this guy, and let's just keep it a buck. He's a loser. He's a loser. He's lost every time. Every time it's mattered most, he has lost. And it's only Super Bowl, for as great as people say this guy is, it's only had one Super Bowl. And let's not act like, because I know a lot of y'all gonna say, oh, well, he didn't have the team. No, that's bull crap, man. That dude had star wide receivers every year he played. Jordy Nelson, superstar. Devontae Adams, superstar. James Jones, borderline star. Randall Cobb in his prime. Like, he's had receivers. He's always had a running game. Eddie Lacy before he ran into a freight train. You know what I mean? Like, he's always had running backs. He's always had great protection on the O-line. The defenses were always decent. I always remember there being a defensive player name that stuck out for Green Bay on the defense. Whether that be in the secondary, linebacker, edge rusher, Green Bay always had somebody with a name on defense. But I'm just tired of hearing people talk about how great this dude is. Like, and he choked every time in the playoffs. He kind of like James Harden, but James Harden without one championship. The dude just choked too much, man. It's crazy to me. Now, I didn't know Aaron Rodgers was only 40 years old. I'm looking at his wiki page. Nah, that dude only 40 years old. I thought he was way older than that. But it just boggles my mind. Like, okay, prime example, right? The Super Bowl they won, they went up against Pittsburgh. Now, taking nothing away from that Super Bowl. Taking nothing away from it, right? That Super Bowl, it was earned. He did it. He did his thing. He did his thing in that Super Bowl. I can't hold nothing against him. He had 304 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 111 passer rating. I can't hold it against him. I forgot about Greg Jennings. Wow, disrespect. But look at his receivers in that Super Bowl. Jordy Nelson, 9 receptions, 140 yards and a touchdown. Greg Jennings, 4 receptions, 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. James Jones, 5 receptions, 50 yards. Donald Driver, 2 receptions, 28 yards. So he had four surplus receivers. Like, his receivers was amazing. His receivers was amazing. And then, I mean, like I said, man, people like to try to say, oh, he didn't have help, or his teams were never that good, and it's just a lie. It's a straight lie, and I don't understand. I don't understand why that's still a thing. Like, in that Super Bowl when he won on defense, he had Clay Matthews. Remember I told you about the linebackers? Clay Matthews, A.J. Hawk, and then the secondary, he had Charles Woodson. So it's not, like I said, it's not like Aaron Rodgers ain't never had help. He's always had help. And here's another thing, right? Okay, so let's run down his accolades. Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 4-time NFL most valuable player. Crazy, you can win MVP and then don't win in the playoffs when it matters. But anyway, 4-time NFL most valuable player, 4-time first-team All-Pro, one second-team All-Pro, 10-time Pro Bowler, 4-time NFL passing leader, 2-time NFL passing touchdowns leader, NFL completion percentage leader, NFL 2010s All-Decade Team, Bart Starr Award, Associated Press Athlete of the Year, Burt Bell Award, First Team All Pac-10. So he's thrown for 475 yards and 105 interceptions. I mean, I'm tripping. He threw for 475 touchdowns and 105 interceptions. He has 59,000 passing yards, a career passing rating of 103, and he has, believe it or not, 3,400 rushing yards and 35 rushing touchdowns. So, in the regular season, Aaron Rodgers is a winner. His winning record in the regular season is 148 wins, 75 losses. That's amazing. That's amazing. But in the playoffs, in the postseason, he's 11-10. In the postseason, Aaron Rodgers is 11-10, people. He doesn't have a winning record in the postseason at all. Every time he gets to the postseason, he fails outside of that one Super Bowl. See, I can't compare. Listen, I'm not a big Tom Brady guy. And I understand Aaron Rodgers has the regular season accolades. But I can't compare him. I can't compare him to the likes of a Tom Brady, the likes of a Patrick Mahomes, the likes of a... Listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to say Peyton Manning. And I'm going to say Peyton Manning, right? But just visually viewing, and I know most people are not going to agree with this, I feel like Drew Brees was better than Aaron Rodgers. Visually watching their game, I feel like Drew Brees was a cleaner quarterback. When I say cleaner, I mean like his passes, they looked effortless. The way Drew Brees ran the offense from the quarterback, from the just the standpoint of being a quarterback, like everything just looked together when you watch Drew Brees playing. You know what I mean? Like everything just looked together. Everything looked in unison. Like it was his game was translucent. Like everything was just perfect watching Drew Brees play. It was like, okay, this is a man out here. You know what I mean? This is a leader, natural born leader. That's how everything just was in sync and in tune when you watch Drew Brees. Like I don't get that from Aaron Rodgers. He's always rolling his eyes. Every time they catch him on the camera, he rolling his eyes because his teammate didn't do something. He side-eyeing somebody. He throwing his hands up, like always showing somebody up. He always does that. But in the postseason, like he's terrible. You lose to Tom Brady, one of the biggest comparisons you had. You lose to him on his second team that he won a ring on. You lose to him. You lose to San Francisco. They whooped you. And these years you won MVP. And it's just like, listen, I'm just not a Aaron Rodgers guy, man. Like, I know people like him. I just don't see it, though. Like I said, you got Joe Montana, Tom Brady. Personally, I think it's Joe Montana. Listen. I personally think it's Patrick Mahomes, Joe Montana, and Tom Brady. I think those are the three in a class of their own. And then the step below that, you got the Peyton Mannings, you got the Aaron Rodgers, you got the, who else you want to throw in there? Dean Malenko, Dan Marino's. You got that tier. It's those three sitting at the top, and then it's the tiers below them. But I don't have Aaron Rodgers in the same class category as a Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or a Joe Montana. He's a step below them. He's in that second tier. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But every time you get in the playoffs, you have the defenses, you have the offenses, and you still can't get it done. It's no excuse for that, man. And like I said, we gonna see how his career pans out as it continues with the Jets. But as we see, Green Bay moved on, and they had success the season right after he moved on. So what does that really say about the guy?